There's another universe. Please make some noise. Give me a
Hey, aspiring providers, if you're returning, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Terria, proud owner of Elevations Adult Day Services and founder of a group training called Building Profitable Adult Day Programs, where I teach aspiring providers like you step by step how to build a profitable adult day program by following the home and community-based service guidelines. On this channel, I'm here to share my real life experiences of building my adult day programs. So let's get into today's video. If you're like many other aspiring providers and wondering how to avoid your policies from getting kicked back, then click that button below and subscribe to my channel. So here are the 5 common mistakes providers make when writing their policy and procedures. Mistake number 1, copy and paste in templates without customizing. Mistake number 2, writing policies that sound good but aren't practical. Mistake number 3, forgetting to cross-reference your policies. Mistake number 4, not reviewing your policies annually and keeping up with your state standards. Mistake number 5, not training your staff on all of your policy and procedures, or any of your policy and procedures for that matter. So let's break this down. So mistake number 1, copy and paste in templates without customizing. So it's very common for providers to use generic templates that they get online, that they, purchase from other providers, but they don't match their state regulations or program structures. So I'm really big on ensuring that my clients that go through my program get access to their state standards and make sure the basics of their policy and procedures are matching what's in their state guidelines and state standards. Your policies must reference your program type, your staff titles, and your service models. So if you are providing a certain program type, like for an example, pre-vocational, make sure your policy and procedures are set up for that program type. If you have certain job titles, so if you're calling your administrators program directors, program coordinators, program supervisors, make sure you use those titles when you're referencing your policy and procedures. Okay, and service models. So, if you're planning on using certain service models, like if you're providing toileting service, behavioral services, you're referencing that in your policy and procedures, and you're not adding any of those program types, job titles, or staff titles and service models into your policy and procedures that you're not actually providing in your agency. So use templates that are as a starting point only, but tailor them to your program daily operations. Mistake number 2, writing policies that sound good but aren't practical. Some policies look great on paper, but can't actually follow in practice. So for an example, requiring hourly documentation check or unrealistic staffing ratios. Make sure it's sustainable when you put it into your policy and procedures. So if you're getting templates from other agencies, getting templates from other resources, make sure your agency can keep up with whatever you document in these policy and procedures. So do you have the staffing to check your documentation hourly? What staffing ratios have you signed up for? Or have you signed up for a staffing ratio that's a 1-to-3, a 1-to-5, a 1-to-1? So make sure, it's realistic to the service type that you have signed up for and the services that you signed up for. Fix policies, that your current staff and resources can realistically implement. Mistake number 3, forgetting to cross-reference your policy. So your incident report, your incident policy should reference your Q&A process and your A&E process. So if you have an incident report policy, make sure it matches and it's in alignment with any quality assurance process that you have in place, any abuse, neglect, and exploitation policy that you have in place. A lot of policies cross-reference, so make sure you're remembering what you put in one policy and adjusting and it, to put it in other policies that are in alignment with each other. Your infection control plan should connect with your emergency procedures, so make sure that those cross-reference, they're similar procedures, and that they're in alignment. So Build policies that link together for consistency and clear accountability. Mistake number 4, not reviewing policies annually. So, licensing rules, Medicaid standards can change each year, so you gotta keep up. If you never update your policies, you risk being out of compliance. So you never want to be non-compliant. So you need to continue to check your state licensing rules, continue to check the Medicaid standards, and make sure you adjust your policies in alignment with whatever those changes are. So have a schedule that your policies are checked annually. You sign off on them, you update them, have a quality assurance calendar that's updated. I would even have a quality assurance manager or a quality assurance staff that review those state standards, review those Medicaid standards, and update those policies as be. It can be an HR manager, whatever you see fit. Definitely have a designated person responsible for checking those policies and in making sure they're in alignment with the updates that come about in state and Medicaid standards. Mistake number 5, not training staff on your policy and procedures. So there's no point of having policy and procedures if they're not implemented, okay? So having a binder that's not enough. Just putting policy and procedures and having the binder so that when licensing inspectors come in, they can make sure you are in compliance with that, those state standards. They need to be implemented, okay? So conduct policy orientation sessions. Make sure you're constantly retraining your staff on these policies. All new staff should definitely make sure they sign off and review these policies. Have them sign off annually though. Make sure it's not just a one and done, that they see these policies in orientation and never see them again. Remember, you're constantly updating these policies, so you need to make sure you're training each year on any updates that come up, and you're also training on each year to just refresh them on these policies. I would even advise to go a step further and have mini trainings throughout the year so that the staff stay abreast of what's going on. They don't forget these policies. They don't become stale, because the whole purpose of having these policies is so that you can have a solid operating system. Okay, so if this video resonated with you, like it and drop a comment below letting me know what was your light bulb moment. If you want to be the first to know when I drop my next video, subscribe to my channel and hit that bell so you can be the first to be notified. And if you're interested in applying for my 20-week group training program, click the link in the video description. This training is an opportunity to work with me directly and get all your business questions answered. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.